Hey, welcome to the Tampa RV Show. My name is Trey Edwards. I'm the product manager at Tiffin Motorhomes for our GH1 van. This is Bryan from Starlink Fabrication. So we're here today to talk about a product that Bryan has made for us. Bryan is a aftermarket manufacturer for there's a lot of products for the van space. And this is something he's made custom for us. It's a product that he already sells, but there's a bunch of tweaks on it that he made for us. So this is your Starlink Mini. And it's the new thing. It's the new dish. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason on a van why you have the $2,500 dish anymore, because this is what, a quarter of the price?
Yeah, like a quarter of the price, and it's got the DC built in, the Wi-Fi built in. You don't have to do any conversions from AC to DC. You don't have to worry about your inverters running.
Takes your power consumption down from 150 watts to 20. So much less drain on the battery and whatnot. So obviously everyone's going to be going to make the Mini standard moving forward, but we wanted to make it a little bit different. So we collaborated with Bryan, and he came up with some really creative additions. You want to talk about?
Yeah, sure. So basically a lot of people put these obviously on the top of their vans. What Tiffin was looking to do was put this on the top of the van, but also keep it removable so that if you want to park your tree in the shade under a tree, you still want to be able to get reception. So you get up there with the ladder, pull the thing off. But then they also wanted the ability to be able to secure it. So, you know, if a customer's in an area, if they're in a metro area or whatever, you don't want opportunistic thieves to be able to pull this thing off. So we made a launch pad to where you can lock this thing in on this steel sheet that can mount down to a roof rack and be able to lock the dish in, and then be able to have kind of a little eyelet here to where you can use a lock on it. And so it kind of solves the problem of being able to keep the dish portable, but then also being able to secure it when needed.
So this will sit on the roof rack, and that will kind of nest in here, and you'll see this lock point in here corresponds to the lock point in there. So you run your padlock or any other lock through there, and what that does is there are a lot of aftermarket battery packs for the Starlink Mini already. So if you're wherever you're adventuring, whether it's the desert, the mountains, the beach, whatever, imagine this is the roof of your van. You want to go 50 feet away on the beach and keep using the internet for some reason, especially like if you're a content creator or whatnot. You want to have your Wi-Fi going, or you want to do a video call from the beach or from the top of a mountain with a friend, but there's no cell service. Satellites worldwide. So you pop this off, put it in your backpack. So again, imagine this is the roof of your van. You just pop it off. It's magnetic. You plug in your battery pack, put it in your backpack. It weighs, the Starlink itself is what, like?
I can't remember. It's right around, I think, pound and a half, 2 pounds.
Pound and a half, 2
something
pounds.
like that.
So you could take it out of there if you wanted it super light, or if you're not going too far, you just keep it in this, the frame. When you're done, you pop it back on.
And it's,
put your lock in, and that's it. So you want to talk about the construction?
Sure. Yeah. So it's an aluminum frame with a plastic ASA type of quarter. These are UV resistant USA made material. And then we use it's kind of two different options on how do you secure the dish in. This is a polycarbonate lid, which protects it from hail, low hanging branches, things of that nature. It actually also kind of makes the dish, the mount more rigid from top to bottom, because you have support down here and up here. I had a firefighter drop one of these off the top of a fire truck 10 feet, and the dish survived. He did break a couple corners, but you know, those are easy to replace, and the dish survived. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the construction of the mount. Tried to keep it lightweight, simple. It's also, a lot of people don't realize it's modular and it works like an ecosystem. So, you know, we sell, this one has an air tag on it, but we also offer tile and smart tag too. That way, if you leave this thing somewhere or somebody is able to get it off because you forget to put a lock on there, you might be able to find it, you know, in a campsite or wherever.
It also doubles as a hidden air tag for your van itself. So if someone stole your van, you now know exactly, not only do you know where it is in the air tag, but you now can, if you've got any smart devices in there, you've got your Wi-Fi already hooked up and connected to it. So
we loaned out about a dozen of these things to firefighters and police up after the hurricane effort in Mahin up in North Carolina, and we had air tags on all of them. You could see them all over the place, and you know, because wanted to get them home, but then also kind of test it for fleet management. A lot of people use them for fleet, you know, and so they want the air tags on them too.
Well, and with our adventure bar, we're seeing more and more people use these for business purposes, and so I can totally see a scenario where you have a bunch of these maybe first responders using these as a place to crash in at night while they're out working and whatnot. Because you can, I mean, you talk about a crew of firefighters or whatnot, you can go in one of these where you can't go in anything else, but you've still got your office, your bathroom, your bedroom, etc. But so I think what really drew me to working with you guys is our focus at Tiffin with the vans. What really sets us apart is three things: component quality, the term I like to use is thoughtful engineering, and then aftermarket compatibility. And so when I ordered a test piece from you, it came in and I took it all apart and I was showing it to the engineering team how you have everything locking in, and it just the everything about it. We just kind of looked at it and we're like, man, that is the same thoughtful engineering that we like to employ here at Tiffin. And it just, I really wanted to work with you after that. And so I love what you came up with.
Yeah, you guys have been amazing. Like, one thing I'll point out, just something small. All this stuff is held together with Nylock hardware, because in a van like this, you're going to go off-road. And when you go off-road, what happens? Things tend to rattle loose or start to work their way loose. All this stuff is locking hardware. So this thing will never, start to come loose or fall apart.
Well, especially being a lot lighter than the previous version of Starlink, that helps as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, working with vendors that have that off-road mindset is critical. I mean, Tiffin for 50 plus years has been a leader in luxury RVs, but those are not off-road vehicles, right? It's a very, very different scenario. You put the same components you have in there in something like this, you may have more smart tech and fancy stuff, but the minute you go off-road, all that stuff starts falling apart. So one thing that has made the GH1 so great has been working with aftermarket vendors from the van space, the off-road space, like you and Van Essential and Van Life and Al Vans and Agile Off-Road and all those guys, and bringing that expertise onto our team, getting feedback, like being able to send you a design and say, what do you think about this? And you come back and say, no, that sucks. Because that's going to fall apart, just like you said. You go off-road, it's going to fall apart. Like, sometimes we need someone to tell us that. It's like, so that has contributed a lot to making this what it is today. But
well, we were talking about the little mount here earlier, just kind of an example. Is that Trey was saying, that would look really good if it were textured. And I was like, well, I thought so too at first, but then if you need the magnets to slide, you actually need this thing to be slick with the gloss. He's like,
I was like, that's why we hired you guys.
So anyway.
Great. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, thanks.